Absolutely, absolutely. The numbers that we saw that came out was absolutely amazing. It dwarfed the numbers from the year before that we'd had, and we really got some awesome candidates out of the people that were there, and we were able to hire people right on the spot.
Wait, to do that, and I mean, you almost did, to be able to see people face to face and have a thing like that. That just makes what you do better, makes the country stronger.
Absolutely, absolutely. To be able to reach out to the community directly and say, here's what we have, what we need from you to further our workforce and to support our warfighter is paramount, and to be able to have that opportunity to do that is awesome.
I always tell people, because up until a year or so ago, I knew nothing about Dahlgren. Everything was you would hear Dahlgren, and it was just like, ooh, what goes on there? But you all have made a real effort in recent months to do things like having job fairs, to do downtown Dahlgren in the city and around, and I guess that's intentional.
Absolutely. We really want to leverage the great people of our community and the knowledge of our workforce that's in the community. We have a mission that is first in the nation with getting warfighting capabilities out to our warfighters, and we need the best of the best to go do that. And the amount of people and the amount of capabilities that we saw from those people at our job fair was absolutely amazing. And
again, that kind of, to get that kind of turnout just helps you kind of reload and keep doing what you're doing.
Absolutely, absolutely. The amount of people we have here, we've got almost 5,000 people that work at our command, and that's just government employees, so 4,900 plus a little bit depending on the day of the week. And then our support contractors number just above between 3,000 and 4,000 depending again which day of the week it is. But everybody comes to play in that ecosystem to support the warfighter there. And again, we're always looking for the best and the brightest, not just from the technical side of the house, but also from the business side of the house, so contracts, finance, and such like that.
And a lot of it, you don't often think about that.
Right, absolutely. I mean, to leverage some of the IT needs that we have. I mean, if you think about it, we have somewhere between, well, I'll just say we'll have about 400 buildings that we have to manage. We have all those people, and the IT infrastructure, just as one thing, is huge. So the IT team is extremely paramount to making us successful. The facilities input, the business side, like I said, any of the business sides are absolutely paramount to helping our technical side get that product out the door.
And to have a job here, I think, would just be thrilling.
Absolutely. I mean, it's one of the coolest places I've ever worked, for sure. I mean, the guns go off every day. In fact, I think you just heard one of the booms going off a few minutes ago. We get the list out every day. I'm excited to see what the list is as to what we're shooting that day or that week. And it goes back in history. We've been here 104 years now, and it really is how are we making stuff better and better for the warfighter? And to do that, we have to build it, test it, see what's right or wrong with it, come back, re-prototype it, do it again, and we're constantly testing, we're constantly doing all that work and getting stuff out the door to get out to industry so we can provide that for the warfighter. And
you talk about cutting edge. You can't get more cutting edge than Dahlgren.
we had, we were light years ahead in railgun work, in the past. We've, when it comes to directed energy, we're far ahead of most other places. It's just gun weapon systems, Aegis combat systems, sub-launch ballistic missiles combat systems. We do all of that work here, and it blows my mind every time I sit down in a meeting with the tech departments and learn more and more of what they're doing.
The best of the best are here.
Absolutely.
And just like you said, I mean, the little bit that I've over the years have been shared about some of the things that go on here just blows your mind.
Absolutely, and I'm not kidding when I say every time I sit down in a meeting, I've been here going on almost a year now, and I sit down with a different department, or we're sitting down talking about a particular project, and I learn more and more about it, and I love geeking out on all this stuff. I truly do. It's in my nature. I'm a huge sci-fi buff, and I've got a couple degrees in engineering, and I just love this stuff. And every time I sit down, I love it even more because we get into to the weeds of some of the stuff, and the physical knowledge that these people have, whether they're, like I said, on the business side, on the tech side, PhDs in certain things, non-PhDs in other things, it really doesn't matter. They bring an enormous amount of knowledge to the table that we leverage and bring together to really support the warfighter.
If someone wants to work here, it's probably, I mean, look at positions that are available and keep this on your radar.
Absolutely. So if you can wrap your mind around the amount of government employees we have here, just over 4,900 people, we have people that are retiring every day. We have people that are moving on to other jobs every day. So we're hiring somewhere around, per year, 500 or 600 people a year to keep those positions filled. So yeah, we're constantly looking at new talent to take that with us and support the warfighter.
You think you look at our standing in the world, and it's because of a lot, in large degree, to what happens here every day.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at the latest and greatest combat systems that our ships have, the latest missile systems, the sub-launch ballistic missile combat systems. I mean, we can go on and on and on, but I mean, the work that the people do here is realized daily by our warfighter. And without us, they'd be fighting with kind of old stuff and be like being back in the, well, before I was around, let's put it that way. So I look forward to, I kind of joke about that, but I look forward to all the cool stuff that we do day in, day out.
Well, and like you say, the alerts come out just about weekly about the loud noise alerts.
Absolutely.
And those kinds of things. That's good to see, because that the testing's being done and things are happening.
Sure, and the cool thing too is we work closely with the community also. Mm-hmm. So obviously King George, Dahlgren, Colonial Beach, and then lying outside of that, we of course into Maryland on the other side of the river. We do notify everybody what's going on. We do work closely with the community to let them know what kind of projects are going on. We work closely with our base command here. I mean, he and I, Captain Copeland and I, are tied at the hip when it comes to what's going on and how we further the mission of not only the Warfare Center but all the other tenants on the base also, and to make sure that back to the community that they all understand what we're doing. And they are fully bought in. I mean, we talk with them regularly, and they ask questions. We answer the questions appropriately, and they understand it. They get it, and it's really cool the symbiosis that we have with the local community.
Well, and like you say, that the history here is what's so interesting. That it goes way back, and Dahlgren has played such a role in our country's history.
Absolutely. Ever since that, you go back in history, and they were up at an Indian Head, they were up close to the Naval Yard way back when, and they realized that the gun ranges were getting longer and longer, and the neighborhoods were getting closer and closer. So the neighborhoods were getting a little worried about where our projectiles were landing, so obviously they moved down here when they got this plot of land, and ever since then it's been, since the beginning here has been amazing. You can look at the pictures on the walls in different places, some of the videos that we show of the history of what we're doing, from the first big boom here with an Army gun of all things, right, an 8-inch Army gun, all the way to the 16-inch guns developed for World War II and on, and then all the cool new stuff we've been doing ever since. It's been absolutely amazing. So.
But you've been here, what, a little over a year now?
Almost a year. I got here, change of command was, let me think here, April 29th, I think, right? Yeah, April 29th last year. So it's been amazing.
Sounds like you're having a ball.
I am. This is the type of job, like I said, I'm a huge geek when it comes to technical stuff and all this, and to be able to work with the professionals that live in this workforce is absolutely amazing, and to be able to geek out on all the cool stuff they do is nothing short of fun.
And I'm sure some of it you can't talk about.
True.
And we're just scratching the surface of the things that you can talk about and the things that are happening here.
Right. I mean, obviously we do classified work that it's there for a reason, and we want to protect our sailors, right? Because we want to have the best of the best before the bad guys get the best of the best, or the other guys get the best of the best. So, we keep it as quiet as possible according to our security class guides and such. And but there's a lot of stuff we do in the unclassified world that you see every day shooting down the range.
Yeah. Well, you look at the work that's done here, the fact that more there are jobs to be had here, and in the things that you're doing with these innovation challenges with the schools and with the universities. It's exciting. This is an exciting time. And,
absolutely.
And you all are really playing a part.
Right. No, I appreciate you mentioning that. So with the university challenge that we've got coming up here in the real near future, we're looking at the great, it's our first one, and we're looking for what they can bring to the table when it comes to artificial intelligence and machine learning. We have 11 universities signed up for this challenge right now with a monetary reward, and it's really exciting. The states got involved. They were very excited about some of this. The other universities in the local local area are very involved in it. And then added on to that, a little bit in a month or two, we've got the high school challenge. This will be our second annual high school challenge. And that's a robot challenge. Really excited to see what these kids can do. I had the great opportunity and the pleasure of going to some of the high schools along with Mr. Dale Sisson, the technical director, to deliver some of the robots that we had. And that was a blast, just seeing these kids' eyes light up in the high school, in their mind, and seeing what they're going to bring to the table in the future is really, and really building that STEM mentality and that analytical mentality with our younger generation is very important.
Well, as a sport as important as STEM is, and to have Dahlgren here, it's that's a great partnership.
Absolutely, and that's what we look forward to. Just in that generation, then the next generation coming up, to see what they can bring to the table, their great ideas, and to instill some of those thought processes of system engineering and analytical thought processes going forward in them early. So whether they come to work for us, hopefully they do down the road, or they go off in their careers and do other stuff, that they have that thought process in their mind from that very analytical thought process, whatever they go do to do great, wonderful things.
Well, Captain, let's do this more. This is fun.
Absolutely. Hey, I really appreciate you coming to see us, and look forward to giving you a tour at some point in time when we can work it into the schedule. And anytime, you're welcome back.